Okay, converting between percentages, decimals and fractions in either direction. Okay, when we're changing percentages into a fraction, you can write it as a fraction out of 100 and then we just simplify it. So 3%, the percentage sign is telling us that it's 3 out of 100, so the 1 and the 0, 0, the striking 0, 0 reminds you of 100. 3 out of 100. And then you check whether it can be simplified. So is there any number that goes into the 3 and into the 100 as well without any remainders? So there's none, so that's as simple as possible. You can always check this on your calculator by putting in 3 over 100 and pressing equals. And then because it stays the same, then that's as simplified as it can go. Alright, so just reminding yourself to cancel down whenever you can. Second one, example of this. 40% means 40 out of 100, writing it in fraction form. Now this one you can cancel down, it becomes 2 out of 5. Now the way you do it without a calculator is I can divide the top and the bottom numbers by 20. So 20 goes into 40 twice, 20 goes into 100 5 times. So that's how you get your answer. So on the calculator, what you would be doing would be pressing 40 over 100 and putting in equals. Okay, another example where I've got 135%, so 135 out of 100. So without a calculator you can take the 100 away and you've got one whole, and then to simplify this we would need to divide the top and bottom by 5. So you get 1 and 7 out of 20. So on the calculator you can put in the 135 over 100 and press equals, and that gives it to us in as an improper fraction. And remember, if I press shift ABC, it puts our mixed numeral 1 and 7 over 20. You can also put in 135 and to get the percentage, shift percent equals, and then use your S2D button. It's another method of getting there on your calculator. Alright, changing percentages into decimals, well, we just divide by 100. Why do we do that? Because say 67%, it means 67 over 100. The line on our fraction means divided by, so it actually means 67 divided by 100. So probably the easiest way of thinking about this is having our hundreds, tens, units, tenths, hundredths, thousandths column like that, and thinking about, well, if I've got 67%, basically you can either think of it as moving the decimal point over 2 places, or you're moving the numbers back 2 places. So that's how you do your division of 100. So I would then say that 67% is 0.67. So you've 2 zeros, means moving them over 2 places. Another example of this, our 4 out of 100, is we get our 4, we move it over 2 places, and we've filled any gaps up with zeros. So we've got 0.04. This one, again, we get our 117, we move them all over 2 places, and we'll get that 1.17. So again, on your calculator, you can put in 117, shift percent and equals, and it comes up in your decimal form for you. So changing fractions now into percentages, you times them by 100. So if I've got 3 out of 5, there's if you've got a nice easy one, you can go straight there. So like a half, is 50%. If you're not sure, you can just times by 100. So in this case, basically what's happening is to get the answer of 60, I'm going how many 5s in 100 is 20, because that's dividing by 5. So 100 divided by 5 is 20, so 3 lots of 20 gives me 60, and that's the way I would think about working it out. The other way you can do it is you can multiply the top and the bottom by 20 to get it as a fraction out of 100, and then go straight away. As soon as it's out of 100, that's what my percentage is, whatever's written on top. If I've got a question like 12 out of 40, again, if I times it by my 100, basically I can cancel down by dividing by 10 on top and bottom, and then I've got 12 divided by 4. Now 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 10 is 30, 30 over 1, which is just 30. So 12 over 40 is 30%. If I wanted to do that on the calculator, I would just press in 12 over 40, okay, and then times 100 equals, and I've got my 30% there. Okay, my decimal to a percentage. So this one I'm timesing by 100. Basically, my 0.43, I'm timesing by 100, so I'm moving the decimal point back 2 places, or I'm moving them over 2 places. Same idea. So if I move them over 2 places, I get 43%. 0.01 as a percentage, putting that in. The 1 is in the hundreds column. And then if I times it by 100, it goes over 2 places. So I get 1%. Basically, if you wanted to do any of your decimals into percentages, you can just put 0.01 and you just times it by 100, and you'll see you'll get your 1% there that way. Now these are examples of all of the kind of conversions that you should know off by heart. So you can work out the conversions doing the methods that I've explained so far. And once you've done these ones, you really need to know off by heart because they're used a lot.